be mindful.
Yeah. We gotta make that music come on.
All right, and we are live.
We are live. Ladies and gentlemen who are watching, I'm wearing an authentic LA School of Comedy t-shirt. If you want one, you can make it. Please make it. Look how beautiful. I don't have t-shirts. I'm here 20 years this year and no t-shirts.
20 years.
20 years.
There's people who weren't born in this class, okay? How about Chad thought that he had this flashback? This is so funny, okay? Because once in this studio, I had to have the kids from my kids' school because they were so bad. You never want Jewish kids anywhere. They're horrible. They're horrible. In the words of Mike Marino, when you get a timeout from an Italian or a black mother, you get a timeout right in the freaking head. But no, not these Jewish kids. They're running all around. They're horrible. Horrible. Wolfgang Steakhouse would never forget Toba's party. They were pulling stuffed plants. Why are you pulling out the plants? Why are you acting like this is a project? What's wrong with you? Oh my God, and the Persian Jews? Oh my God, I've heard these kids fire nannies. I've heard these kids tell a teacher, I'm paying your salary. So I played a joke on that kid, and it wasn't nice. It was a PTA meeting, and I never saw a kitchen like this, all right? I was trying to act really unimpressed. So as the people were walking in, I said, thank you all for coming. They were like, thank you for having us. I made believe it was my kitchen. And the Persian mother at the end was like, it's not funny anymore. This is my kitchen? And I was like, okay. Then I saw another kitchen. Now, have you ever been to Jeremy Wiseman's aunt's house? No. My kid got in trouble for hitting Jeremy Wiseman. Why? I don't know. She took his potato chips. They wanted to expel her. They had to put her on ADHD medication, which she's not taking because she has time to do rehab when she gets to be a teenager. I'm trying to tell this principal, the flamenco, the way he used to walk like this. It's horrible. Jewish day schools are horrible. They're all sick.
Terrible children.
Terrible. You never go to a Catholic school and see this shit. Ever. Never. Ever do you see anything. You can't even hear the rabbi. You can't even hear the rabbi. Everybody's talking over him. And then the rabbi starts with a joke. If you notice, when your rabbi starts with a joke, time him. Time him. Time his ass. Because that time Rabbi Wolpe once, and that joke took 8 minutes. Okay, now we got how many more minutes? 14, I can't do the math, but you know what I'm saying. I want to hear Torah. I didn't come here to hear that shit. Damn it, I'm a black Jew, and I want to hear the Torah. And I'm going to be the Hebrew teacher. I'm Mora Shaniqua, motherfuckers. I used to say that to them in Sinai. I'm Mora Shaniqua. Mora means teacher, by the way, in Hebrew. I just know how to say things like teacher, penis, things like that. Whore, I know that one. I know that one. Oh, God. Don't go out with an Orthodox Jew. Oh, my God. Because let me tell you something. They're one thing out of the bedroom, but in the bedroom, there's something totally different. They're like, look at me. Look at me when you make love to me. Look at me. Look into my eyes, okay? You can't look into my eyes because you're lying. You make lie on me. Prutza. That's whore. By the way, David, if you're watching, love you. Love to Haifa. I did this joke for so many years about David, and the real David calls me, okay? Samantha calls, and I'm like, I can't talk. It's David, the real David. She's like, question mark. I'm like, from my act. And oh my God, he said such wonderful things. He says, I cannot even look at Whitney Houston without thinking of you because I have to tell you this. No matter what happened, I will always love you. That ain't original. That's like my friend Patty Gomez. She hates me now. It doesn't matter. She thinks I voted for Trump because she asked me if I voted for Trump, but I didn't answer the text message quick enough. I was doing a show. She goes, well, you had to think about it, so obviously you did. And this is when I was really a moron and I voted for Biden, okay? Because there's no Asians in his family. Why did he have his eyes like that, slit like that? What is wrong with him? You can't have that many eye lifts. I'm going for my first one, I have to. I told him I can't see a thing. He said, why don't you move your hair? I said, I am, but I need to have it threaded. Sorry to bore you, Cece, but it's just my life. No, it's okay. Here, roll some of this and smoke it, all right? Because I've got listen, guys, I gotta be at the airport at 5 a.m. And if you think that this house is clean for my 2 kids, because they've been out of this house for like months, I put everything in their room. I put everything in their room. They're not there. All of a sudden, I find out they're coming there. I'm like, I gotta get everything out of their room. I put stuff in there for Pesach. What's wrong with me? I thought I threw it out. I got a box of cereal and shit in the room. That's a poor ass Jew, right? They're like, you know what? Next week it'll be over, and then we're gonna be poor again. Now you're supposed to sell it for $1, but you know, black Jews are like, I'll take for $5. Cause that's what I'm from Patterson. Everything, but the home of the $5 nigga. Okay, that's what we call them. They're like, yo, I got this shoelace, right? I could give you the shoelace for $5, and I could give you this washing machine cover for $5. That's Patterson. My cousin used to sell radios in the box, but they were rocks. And that was really embarrassing. And then I was with my other cousin, who should be a comedian. I'm not going to use names because they'll sue me. They will sue me. It's my black side. And they'll kick my ass. One day someone said to her, hey, how's your brother, Crazy Eddie? Because Crazy Eddie was a guy that used to sell cheap electronics, and his prices were insane. And that was his commercial. And he was a Syrian Jews, the ones from down the shore. Anyway, if you ever need an organ, that's the one you call. By the way, why are people calling me for organs? Organs. Persian lady calls me, her mother needs a kidney. A kidney, I said. I go, listen, she goes, people tell me that you know people. I go, that's going to start like at $1 million. She goes, $1 million for kidney? I said, it's your mother. You're Persian, you can't return that kidney. You can't. Because in the beginning, I thought they had a shopping day, because I would see all my Persian friends. I was like, oh, it's shopping day. But I would see them on Wednesday, and they'd be returning everything. I was like, what are you doing? They're like, today's returning day. I was like, there's a returning day? I didn't know that, but I could prove they're black, because they shop and return everything the next day. And they got some nappy hair. They don't want to admit it. I always tell them I'm white just to make them mad. I do. I look them dead in their fucking eyes and I go, what are you talking about? Can I ask you something? Do you tan in the sun? I looked at this bitch. I said, I'm white. I'm white. I'm European. I'm European. Nobody in your family has blue eyes, and if they do, they're cataracts. And I said, white, like that, like a real cracker. That's right. You guys even know what a cracker is. It's so bad. You know what a hockey is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's every time I hear hockey, I'm like, hockey talk. See, we can never have an insult. We got to make music to it. I want to give a round of applause for everyone that makes this place happen, and we're going to start with your comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman. Your scholar in residence, Jack King. And of course, your producer, Jason Ham. Ham Productions, that's where you get your tape from, your footage. And of course, if you need some of your social media done, Cece will be here to help you. And in the middle of you doing something, she'll text you with a plant. And I'm looking at this plant saying, I can't concentrate. She sent me a picture of a dog once. She's like, can't I bring him? Isn't he cute? I'm like, no. Every Jew will kvetch in this room. Oh my God, I went in there, they had a dog. They had a dog. They had a dog. You know I can't be with dogs. All right, I want to give it up for the comedy of the one and only Lee Schwartz this evening. Let him hear it. Yeah! Come on, Lee.
Done with my fight with the mic. Okay. Every time I'm first. Why am I first? It's the only place I am first for anything.
We like you.
I guess so. I guess that's vote for something. I don't know. But never first in line, never first for anything. But anyway, speaking, I mean,
I was first.
yeah, you were first?
Yes.
All right. Well, I was firstborn, I guess, so it counts for something. But it didn't add up to much. I don't know. I'm still last in most everything. Last to get picked, kickball, of course. Last to get picked for anything. But, inadequacy, and that just follows me wherever I go, being inadequate. It's, nothing new, nothing. I was the first person to be completely inadequate. Defined critically inadequate. It's a definition, clinical definition of inadequacy. And just things, today, just reminders of my inadequacy is everywhere, actually. And even things that don't seem like I take it too personally, a lot of things. But I know this happens to everyone in parking garages. And the parking attendant, you go to them, and if someone's there, I'm ready to put the ticket in, and I'm very capable of putting the ticket in the slot, and that is, I can do that. I felt like I was adequate to do that. And she takes it, I'm about to do it, and she puts it in, this is what she does to everybody, or is it just me? And she saw it a mile away. This is an idiot. This is, someone completely inadequate. So I know that she knows what they look like, I guess, and I fit the profile of inadequate person. So then she just took it and put it in, and I felt like, wow, I was in the middle of doing it. Did I hesitate? Did I just shake a little bit? Did it seem like I wasn't, maybe the dexterity wasn't quite there, or I had that fear in my face that maybe it wouldn't go in the little slot? And she stopped me before maybe it was going to go completely wrong. But, then I drove away, and I thought, okay, I got to recover from this somehow, because I'm feeling like I'm an idiot. I can't do certain things. So sometimes when this happens, which it does often, I try to pick myself up, and I kind of have a little, not a system, but a way to, prevent myself from sinking even further into complete, beyond point of return inadequacy, I guess. And nothing to, and then I thought, like, something really good happened. 98% of the time I talk about my girlfriend, how awful she is. But that's not, inadequacy is not where that's going, although it could go that way, but it's not going to go that way. Well, a little bit, maybe. But anyway, but I'm trying to dig up something I really like about her, because I'm always trashing her. But I found something that almost was really good about her, and really, refreshing. It's been a year since we kind of rolled in the hay, and it's been a year or so. So she finally said that's a big deal. I was happy, and I've been out of practice. So, but I was fighting inadequacy, fighting it. I'm out of practice. It's not a big deal. It happens to everyone, and there's worse things that happen, right? So I kind of, I fought that a little bit, but get down to it, and I don't remember any questions being asked during sex. I don't remember any of those questions, because I wasn't prepared for questions. I didn't study or anything like that, and so the first question was, I didn't remember saying anything like that. Questions. There were no questions. And that was a bad start to begin with. Questions. I'm under pressure. Questions. I don't. There I am, straight again. Can I fulfill these questions? And so the first question she said, what was it? She says like, I'm not one who's into pain or anything. She's like, talk mean, be mean to me. And I wasn't ready for this. This is not the way we used to do. This is not talk mean to me. So I had to, you want to come up quickly with answers to these things. This is not, you don't stall. So I was like, mean. I can be mean. I can be very mean. So, I'm not going to do anything for you this week if you ask me to. I'm not taking out the garbage or looking at anything. No extra work, nothing. That's it. No way. You know, I'm going to sit around, just sit on the couch all day long. How's that for mean? Or you can't use my credit cards for an entire month. Okay, that's it. You know, and you know, so that ended my 1 year attempt. That was it. Opportunity gone, completely out the door. That's it. All right. So I ruined it, but I had fun ruining it, kind of, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for questions, you know. And then I'm thinking, well, you know, I'll go for broke, pretty much. You know, now it's over. So then I'm thinking, well, how about, why didn't you ask me, I said, try this one. And she's like, we're done. We're done. You failed. You're over. This is over with. You go home. And then I'm like, go home. I live here. Oh, she's like, oh yeah, that's right. You live here. I don't know for how long, but you are living here. Okay, that's okay. So anyway, so I'm like kidding around now at this point, because, and then I'm like, well, how about talk dirty to me? Do that one. Talk dirty to me. And then I'd say like, you know, I haven't taken out the garbage for three weeks, and it's really bad and it smells awful. So how's that for dirty? Okay. And she's like, okay, go in the kitchen, make me some peanut butter and jelly or something like that. Make yourself useful. You're totally not useful at all. So once again, but it was, you know, it was fun, kind of, for a little while, you know, until next year. And probably for that stupid, you know, joking, she'll probably get extended sentence of 2 years. I'll have to wait 2 years for this to happen. So, but, and then I was thinking, you know, back to, you know, questioning. I'm too early in my life to do regrets, even though this is now added to the regret list of things. And I think that, you know, I question, you know, nice versus mean. Am I nice versus mean? You know, and I do notice I say things that I really shouldn't apologize for, many things. And I didn't apologize for that night. You know, I did not apologize. And so it's not my fault. You know, so that was all said there. But there was a really, not today, the other day, I was driving, and I'm a pretty confident driver, you know, and I am, but definitely too apologetic, because I was driving, I was, you know, coming up to a light, and then this guy said, I can fix your car, and I'm feeling, what's wrong with my car? Flat tire or anything? And I was like, then I'm thinking, what did I do? I've not been taking care of my car. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, I forget to do that. He's like, no. He's like, your dents, I could knock out your dents in your car. I own a body shop. It's around the corner. Just go there. We'll take care of you. Okay, I do have somewhere to go. I'm not ready to leave my car in the shop all day. I have things to do. So then I said, I'm sorry. I appreciate your business. That's great. You know, I could help out. But, you know, and I really wanted to say something like, there's better dents in cars out there. Find some dents. I'm not the one. You're not going to make money off my dents. They're little dents, and I like my dents. Leave my dents. Don't touch them. Okay? I saw a car really dented right back there, and go for that one, because, you know, I'm done with that. You know, another, you know, making fun of my car, and then I took it personally, and then it's just back to just, you know, trying to tell me I'm not taking care of my car too. You know, so anyway, that in a nutshell, and someday I'll recover from this. Yes. And not tonight. Thank you. Find me at lee.schwartz.585.
Oh, there you go. 585.
Thank you.
You know how many of these Schwartzes are in my phone?
Like the record.
Oh my God.
There's Schwartz is everywhere.
Lee Schwartz is everywhere.
Son never said Son of Schwartz.
Son of Schwartz. Son of Schwartz.
Yeah.
Schwarzela.
Yeah, either way. Yeah.
There we go. Come on in. Walk on by. Hello there, handsome. Look, if you see him walking down the street with his ponytail. Oh, you're not wearing a ponytail? I just imagine you could wear one though. Because your hair's long under your arms. All right, I was kidding. Come on, let's give it up. This guy's going to do a few minutes up here tonight, and I'm really happy to have him. Just to let you guys know, he's not related to Andy from New York. Let's give it up for the comedy of Harry Engel.
Ay, LA, right? You know, I come here, right? I mean, I grew up in Iceland and lived in Africa, and you know, and I come here and I look around and I see all these women and they're not happy. What is up with that, right? And I look at all these guys and they're vegans and you know, lots of vegetables and all this, and it just doesn't make sense. And so I don't get it, right? Like, oh my God, what is going on here? And that, you know, the women's lib thing and the Me Too and all of that. I mean, all this upset with women and so I started doing my research on this, and I started trying to figure this thing out. And it turns out that there's actually some science behind this. You don't believe me? Okay. So just check this out for a moment, right? Any meat eaters in here? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I know we got one or two right here. So check this out. Anybody here like that hamburger place In-N-Out? Right? Yeah. Good burgers, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so here's the issue, right? And you know, you get on Instagram or, you know, the podcasting thing, and you'll hear these people talking about women not being fulfilled these days, right? And it kind of reminds me of what happened to me when I was out partying, you know, in days, you know, gone past, and I'd go out and find some girl, and I'd have the Coke, and we'd go to the bathroom, and she'd come home with me because I had a big jar of Coke, and, you know, and all night long she'd be wanting lines, and I'd be wanting to go between the lines, right? And she'd say no more lines, and by the time it was time for me to go between the lines, well, you know what Coke does to guys, right? You know what happens to that engorgement when you're on cocaine? It just doesn't work, right? And so the girl gets off, right? She doesn't get off, but she got the Coke she wanted, right. You know, and I didn't get off because I didn't have the, you know, I didn't have the engorgement, but I had the, you know, I had the Viagra to try and pump it up to counteract the Viagra. You know, what happens in the morning, right? She's gone, fucking steel tent pole in the middle of my bed, and I'm all alone. And so, you know, this analogy is actually going to come right around to when we start talking about meat for a moment, because, you know, look, my ancestors were the Vikings. You know, we were the mercenaries of Europe. We took over Russia. The Russes, the term Russia, Rus, is actually what they called the Vikings back in the day. And the Vikings had these guys called berserkers, and they just go berserk. And they kill True story, check this out. This guy, big old Viking in Iceland, his son turns 13, right? His son turns 13, and you know what happens? He gives him a boat. And he gives him some slaves and he sends them off to Europe. And you can read this in the book. It's in the sagas. And he comes back home at the end of the summer. And he says, how was your summer? He goes, wow, it was fantastic. Dad, I raped and I pillaged and I plundered and I got some slaves. It was a really good summer. And so, but the thing is, these Vikings, they ate meat. Right? They ate real meat. And the problem is, in LA, is we have these vegans. And what people don't understand about veganism, this is true, look it up, you know, is if you're a vegan, you have a very high level of SHBG, sex binding hormone. And what SHBG is, like a Pac-Man, it goes through and it eats up all of your testosterone. And so now you're a vegan and you think you're hot and sexy and you go to your girlfriend and you know what happens? 3 minutes later, you know, and you're done. And she's like, oh, okay, I gotta perform now. Oh, that was so good. Thank you. And then she goes off and finds her vibrator, right? Because she's unfulfilled, right? You know, your lack of testosterone because you don't eat meat has caused a problem. She is unfulfilled. You have not done what you need to do. Another word for unfulfilled is underfucked. You know, she has not seen God. She has not gone up, and she has not touched the stars. You didn't do your job as a man. And it's endemic everywhere. Why do you think these women are so angry? Makes sense, doesn't it? You're not doing your job because you're eating too many vegetables and you're eating bad meat. Now, coming back to this thing about In-N-Out. In-N-Out. You can look this up too. You know, get your head out of the gutter because that's not where I'm going. So here's the deal with In-N-Out. In-N-Out buys dairy cows. Now, why do they buy dairy cows? Because their meat's soft and tender. Why is their meat soft and tender? Because they feed their cows hormones. What kind of cow eat hormones that make milk? Well, you know, they're dairy cows, right? And what about dairy cows makes them have milk? It's these hormones. And what are these hormones? Well, these hormones are the things that they use to make women have big boobs and big milk, right? You know, what do they call that stuff? What are the women hormones called? What'd you say?
Estrogen.
Estrogen, right. So just go ahead, have another In-N-Out burger, enjoy that estrogen, and wonder why your girlfriend feels underfucked.
So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And you can find me where?
Oh, you can find me here occasionally.
It's first time up, not bad, right? Hey! Jack Spratt could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean. And so you see between us both, we lick the plate clean. Is that how it goes? All right, that's what he says. Where's the comedy of Billy Ramirez? Let's do it.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's my third week in a row trying to build a routine, trying to get more comfortable on stage. I'm always a little naturally anxious. I am the youngest of three brothers, so I grew up flinchy. But not only that, I also grew up dodging la chancla. If you don't know what la chancla is, it's a footwear and also a disciplinary device that can also travel in ways that defy physics. I mean, it's been years since I've been hit with la chancla, but it still lives with me. Like, I was walking past Cafe 50s over down on Santa Monica Boulevard. I saw a lady, she was outside. She reached for a sandal. I was dumping in traffic. I was not going to take any chances. But anyways, in that anxious thread, let's see what I have. Yes. Oh, actually, yeah. Don't ask me to pick a card ever. Because whenever you're asked to pick a card, you're inevitably asked to remember what the card says. And for some reason, my short-term memory is just it's horrible. It might have something to do with all the weed that I consume, which I call therapy. I'm on a kickball team. The playoffs are tomorrow. I don't know most of their names still. It's been 8 weeks. I don't know. But anyway, so when you put the card back in the deck, you have to remember what it is. And that feels like trying to remember what the cooking instructions say after you got rid of the package. You know, it's like, is it 35 minutes at 400 degrees or is it 45 minutes at 300 degrees? I don't know, man. It's like, anyways, don't. Oh, what? Oh, my card? It was the jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I ruined your trick. You think that's bad? I burned my dino nuggets. So we're both having a bad day, you know? Speaking of anxious moments still, I recently went on a business trip from LA to Nashville, and somewhere along the way I lost my driver's license. By the way, this is an aside, it just popped in my head that I realized that it's surprisingly easy to get through TSA without a driver's license, if you look white. Anyways, but at some point, I lost my license on that trip, but in telling people that I lost my driver's license, I learned very quickly that there is such a thing as a stupid question. Because more often than not, people would immediately respond with, oh, you lost your driver's license? Well, do you have your passport? Like my passport, like that's like asking, your car broke down? Well, do you have your limo and chauffeur? My passport. They're in Nashville. What kind of accent do you think I have that I flew to Nashville requiring a goddamn passport? Also, like a passport, like do I have a solution to my problems? If I had a passport, I'd be at the bar drinking, not talking to you. Do you have your passport? Which is really annoying. It's like it's just like it's like telling someone, I lost my keys. Like, oh, you lost your keys? Well, do you have your keys? Get out of my face. Anyways, so Halloween's coming up in like 14 months. I don't know. What month are we in? 6 and Halloween.
Coming up.
4 months. About 4 months, yeah. But I already know who I'm going to dress up as. I'm going to dress up as Mr. Bean, and not only just because I know I could pull off the look and just put my contacts in, do a stupid face, and basically got it. But as a Latino, I realized that I can play 2 characters based off the same costume. For example, if someone I like comes up to me and asks me if I'm Mr. Bean, I'll just do something that Mr. Bean does, like shove my head up a turkey's ass, or paint my apartment with a firecracker and a bucket of paint, torment a 3-wheeled blue car for some reason. And if someone I don't like comes up to me and asks me if I'm Mr. Bean, I'll just first of all, I'll just do the incredulous. You ever act incredulous? It's really fun. Just so I just do it. I live alone. I just do it randomly, just for no reason. Anyways, when a Latino puts his dad's suit on for a job interview, and now he's got to be Mr. Bean. Why is he got to be Mr. Bean, not Senor Frijol, you racist? And then I'll just jump onto the lazy boy strapped to the top of my car and drive right off. That's a Mr. Bean bit, okay? So that's what. All right, I'll change it to something else. Anyone else a fan of Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
All right, what should I change it to? Like, what's his signature bit? Like taking his pants off through the whatever. Yeah. I got all right, cool. That's what's going to keep me up tonight. What's Mr. Bean's signature bit?
No, what's in your frijoles' signature bit?
Yeah, bacon. Let's see. Actually, I do have some bean soaking, by the way. Anyways, yeah. So that's actually that's there you go, perfect transition. That's one sign that I'm getting old, is I have bean soaking. But yeah, so actually I was chatting with a good friend of mine. Recently. We grew up at the same age. We were reminiscing. And I told him, like, I realized that I knew I had hit a different stage in my life when I could walk out of a grocery store with confidently holding a pack of toilet paper. Like, that's when I realized, like, even if I saw a beautiful lady, I don't care. Like, it's 3-ply, baby. I got you. Anyways, but aging and getting old, it feels weird because I'm in my 40s, but I don't feel that way. By the way, the secret is drink water and stretch. Seriously, I'm not joking. But I'm trying to accept the fact that I'm getting old in a few ways. Like, number one, now at 43 years old, if I were given the opportunity, I know with 100% certainty that I would never, ever, ever try to outrun a fat cop. That is for sure out of the question. Now, it's not like I ever did it. I never got into those situations like that. But like in my 30s, 20s, for sure, if I saw a Paul Blart-esque police officer, like I'm going to steal something or trespass or pee on someone, I don't know. I might not, but I might. Who knows? But now, ignoring the fact that they're all so shooty and they have tasers and drones, ignoring all of that, I still wouldn't try to outrun a fat cop, because I don't think a fat cop, or any cop for that matter, is going to give me 15 minutes to lightly jog in place so things don't end tragically. Because if I try to run from a cold dead start right now, like if there was a free chicken wings across the street for the next 90 seconds or something like that, I would have to give that up, because if I sprint right now, for sure I'm tearing an ACL, PCL, PCH, WNBA, an O-ring. I don't know. I hit my 40s, and for some reason O-ring is just top of mind for some reason. But another way I'm trying to accept the fact that I'm getting old is my sheer and outright refusal to learn how to text using any sort of slang or shorthand. I just refuse. No. For me, it's proper grammar and punctuation, or nothing, and that includes the Oxford comma. Now, I don't do that just because I'm getting old. I also do that because it's really the only chance I get to show off my communication degree. I certainly don't show it off with where I live or with what I drive or anything like that. I don't know if you remember an old episode of The Simpsons. It came out about 20 years ago when I was embarking on this so lucrative journey towards my communication degree. And in this episode, the kicker for Springfield University injures his leg, and in the locker room, Dr. Julius Hibbert tries to comfort him, and he tells him, "Oh, I'm afraid your playing days are over. At least you can fall back on your degree in communications." Ah, dear Lord, no. And the kicker goes, yes, I know he's a funny major. Lubchenko learned nothing. Well, that joke is funny to me again, because it is said that comedy is tragedy plus time, and well, enough time has passed, and the tragedy is a communication degree. So I'm thinking about beans.
Me too.
So yeah, so that's how Latino I am. Yeah, I'm thinking about beans and todo eso. So yeah, I speak Spanish, fluent in Spanish, and one of the reasons I love living in LA is it gives me a lot of opportunities to show off my Espanol. Like when I go to a Mexican restaurant, I just cannot resist going overboard, especially when I overhear someone order some like a chicken quesadilla, chicken fajitas, chimichanga, something like that. Because when that happens and it's my turn to order, I basically start auditioning for a telenovela nobody's shooting. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter. Preciosa, señor Preciosa. En este momento yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, un churro y una Fanta. Gracias, por favor, muy amable. Buen provecho, que Dios te bendiga. When I'm feeling confident, I just throw in some extra words like that. Por supuesto. The problem is I have this face, so sometimes I'll order in fluent Spanish, and then in return I'll get a, okay, you want hijo de tu puta madre. Fine, sir, I will have a side of the whack-a-mole and the queso fundido, which means butthole cheese if you don't pronounce it correctly. But actually, it doesn't matter where or when I speak Spanish, because whenever I get a chance, I just go completely overboard and basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone still watches the news, but if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in EZ, because there's a very good chance that reporter is going to take every chance to celebrate the Spanish language. And that's how I hablo español, like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment. Something like, police don't have any further information on the suspect, reporting live from El Camino Real in Santa Clara. This is Gustavo Gutierrez. Miro más chingón, tú sabes, wait for 87 News. Back to you, Nancy. Thank you, that's my time. You can find me at BillyRamirez.com, old school.
Oh,
website.
Great, that's great. Yes, you need a website. Listen, anybody who watched this tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, that is Senor Frijole.
Yeah.
Senor Frijole, you have to think of something, because maybe Goya would let you do something for them.
I want that Goya money.
You could be like, sí, es Goya, tiene que ser bueno. En mi casa tomamos telo, en mi casa tomamos telo.
I don't know. I'll come up with something.
All right, think of something, because you're soaking those beans right now. And I knew it, and I was thinking of beans. I like black beans, white rice.
Yeah, I got black beans. So.
Oh my God, tú no eres cubano. I'm going to tell you a joke in Spanish. I want to see if you guys can understand me in English, okay? So there's a guy on the farm, a Puerto Rican, 2 Puerto Ricans. And the one Puerto Rican sees a chicken go by, and he goes, boom, he kicks it, he goes, yo odio este pollo cubano. He says, I hate this Cuban chicken. And the other guy says, ¿Cómo tú sabes es un pollo cubano? How do you know it's a Cuban chicken? And he said, porque él come mierda. That's only funny to us, because he's eating shit. All right. So what it is that's a slang for Cubans, because they're always above everyone. So in New Jersey, like East Coast, they say come mierda. That's what they say. And the Italians, they say mirtagan, which is very close. They say shitty Americans. Now you know all this stuff that you didn't want to know. Isn't that interesting? But what you should know is that stars come out of this room. Stars come out of this room. And you laugh. Look at this bitch laughing. Like she done got a knife under there and she gonna kill her ex-boyfriend. That's what she looks like right now. And I'm gonna hold him down. Don't think it's that easy, because you can cut your own hands. And then your blood is found mixed with his blood. And then you're on forensic files. I took a picture of me with a group of Israeli soldiers, and I looked like a hostage, someone said, and it wasn't funny. You know, it was... I didn't realize it. What I looked like, and I was pregnant, and I'm wearing this, my head's covered. I'm in Israel. I just had a fight with an Orthodox Jew because he said my arms weren't covered. And I was like, why are you looking at my tuchus if my arms aren't covered? All right, stars do come out of here. Stars do come through here, definitely. Tiffany Haddish is a star, and she's been through here. So. That's a big thing. But next to Tiffany, there's another funny lady, a very funny lady that is definitely going to make her mark in comedy. She has already made her mark as I go shopping for my mark because I have to catch a plane. Anybody who has a private with me, call me because I'm coming back and I'll stalk you. And I'll stalk you. All right? So I have to hand over the microphone to the one and only MC with the mostest, your hostess, the one and only Samantha Linderman.
Everybody keep it going for Student Crew Quiz! What?
Oh, I said Jason, I'll put you from New York. I didn't
Okay.
I was looking at her and I said Jason.
It's okay. We're all one entity.
Right,
Both
right.
start
We're all one.
with J.
They.
Bye, Sunda.
Right, mine
See you.
Okay, I got it.
See you.
I got it. I got all
Love you so
the right
much.
terms.
See
I got
you.
it.
Bye.
I love you.
I love you. Now the name can start. No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be the same thing pretty much, but me instead of her, so everybody understand. You guys, did you forget something?
Leave me alone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should do comedy. You're right. I should be doing the thing that you want.
Got your phone?
Yes.
Guys, stop.
I'm gonna go eat meat.
Go eat me. That was crazy. Outside.
Funny.
So funny. So funny. I live with a vegan. So I was like, I sometimes like vegan like by accident. Like I'm not gonna not eat leftovers, you know what I mean? I'm saying it impacted me, but I'm still gonna eat the leftovers. They're leftovers, you know what I mean? I feel like that transcends the vegan or not a vegan thing, you know what I mean? You said, I thought it was funny saying, like, I was thinking about this, like when you say, what's it called, like men aren't fucking women enough. I feel like it's like men are, they're fucking them, but in what way? You know what I mean? Like fuck women, but like fuck women, you know what I mean? Like love women, like, you know what I mean? Like women. Give it up for women, guys. So give it up for you. I should hope we all.
You're giving it up for a vegan.
No,
I understand.
I would. No, I would. No, I'm not. We're cousins, so I'm not giving up at home for any vegan. That's crazy. That's crazy. I have a lot of cousins, you guys. None of them are in this room. I hope. No, I'm kidding. There's one I would really hope, and then there's one I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, I hope this cousin's not here. Let's make an app for it's like, is your cousin near you? Does anybody know how we could develop that? It's just a first cousin problem. I don't know what to do about it. There's really nobody to call, you know what I mean? There's a whole duplex going on. No, I'm Sam. I'm from Los Angeles. Anybody else from LA? So why nobody claps like in a good way for? Everyone hates it. Everybody really hates to be here, and yet they stay here and they have children. So fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I'm just talking to my dad. My dad's like he's born and raised LA. And every day in the car, he's like, the traffic is so bad today. It's so bad on La Brea today. And I'm like, what about yesterday and tomorrow? And the next day after that, and even when we can all have flying cars, we're going to have traffic in the sky. And it's going to be so bad. I'm not scared of the self-driving cars, but it's like, I don't give a shit. You know, it's like, I'm tired of hearing about it. They're like, have you seen them? Have you seen them? Have you seen the Waymo? And I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. It's like, I believe it. I don't care. You've seen Waymo. You know what I'm talking about?
Flying cars?
No, they're not flying yet. I have a tendency to say things and people believe them, I've noticed. And I don't know what to do about that. I'll say something that I've heard once with the just gusto of a scientist. I believe in science, I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go into a room and I'm like, how is this made? You know, I notice people do that. Remember that show, How It's Made?
Yeah.
That was a good show. I remember the one about pencil erasers, that's it. But I never thought somebody had to make that, you know what I mean? I watched the show Why It's Made, who made it, how's it made? Would you make it? Let's all make it. Did you drop something or good? It's just that kind of, I don't know, I'm like in that kind of mood where I'm like, is everything? One time the winds blew open my door, and I'm not athletic, mind you, but I ran to the door so fast. That's sad that that's notable. I think about that a lot, like when I'm like, am I able to like run? Because I'm more of a freeze in terms of like fight, flight, or freeze. That's terrifying. One time my sister grabbed my butt really hard at a bookstore and I just froze. And she was like, what if it was the time? What if I was a man? You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know. It's like best to ignore. I don't know. That's probably the worst advice. I've had to go to the doctor a lot lately, you know, it's not contagious, oh my god. It was my wisdom teeth. It was my wisdom teeth. I got them removed and then there was complications and I've told everybody. But by the time I actually went to my doctor to talk to her about it, I was like, I don't want to talk about it. But I did anyway. I sat down, I was actually waiting in the doctor's office for like 30 minutes, which, yeah, I'll complain. I didn't complain to her though, because I had my phone, thank God. But she came in there and she was like, how are you? She gets really close. I don't know, it's like sometimes I miss COVID. I don't at all. But I'm like, dude, like, we're like 6 centimeters right now. And she's not like checking me out. She's like not checking me out or checking me out. But she's like talking to me and it's like, why are you so close to my face? Is everything okay? You know what I mean? It's just like the doctor's being nice, but I'm like worried. I'm like, you're really looking at me. Like, is there something like wrong? I told her I'm in love. She goes, use condoms. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? But you're not really supposed to tell your doctor that. Like, I just started telling her stuff. Like, you know what I was like, she's like, how are you? And I was like, do you mean it? And then I just started talking. And none of it was like medical. You know, like none of it was like just kind of a life check-in. But I just like, I have that problem. I got a massage, talked the whole 90 minutes with this woman. You know what I mean? At the end, we're talking about the war. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it was okay though. She was cool. I mean, she didn't like I didn't get a good massage. But I made a friend that I actually didn't make a friend because we don't have each other's phone numbers. If you type in the word Uber in my contacts, there's like too many phone numbers. Like, I'm like, maybe one day I'll need, you know, a cat photographer, you know, like I don't. I will never have a cat and I can take pictures of it myself. One time I was like outside this event and this Lyft driver was like waiting for his passenger. He was like, Amanda, Amanda. And I was in a mood, so I was like, I felt like yelling, so I was like, this is an excuse to be like, Amanda. I was like, Amanda, get your fucking ass. Like, I just like was looking, I was like, Amanda, where are you? Amanda, where are you? Like, I'm like looking everywhere. And I was like, call me Amanda, but I need a ride. And you seem to know, you know, how you can do that. So I got me and my 4 friends in this car with this guy, and he's a Lyft driver. He's not like my Lyft driver, you know what I mean? He's just a Lyft driver. I don't mean just or anything, but it is just. I'm just saying they don't really vet them. Okay, whatever. But we get in the car and like I don't think of like distance and like miles. I just think of like Uber costs. So it's like I was like, this is gonna be like that should have been $20 max. And he was like, just so you know, this is gonna be $60. And I said 60, and he said 60, and I said USD, and he laughed. And I said, pull the car over right now. Like my whole demeanor, like my voice went, I was like, pull the car, like I was like crazy. I was like, pull the car over right now, this is a crime. I'm gonna report you to Lyft. Like I was like, you're letting me vape in the car. I started vaping in the car. I wasn't vaping the car, I started vaping the car. I was like, you're letting me vape in the car. I was gonna give you such a nice tip, you piece of shit, whatever. He let me pick the music the whole way home. Didn't say a word. I'm going to my house and he was like, do you want a shot? I said, what? I'm from LA, I'm thinking B12. You know what I mean? He's like, vodka. And he was like, follow me on Instagram. Guys, he's a comedian with more followers than all of us combined. So I'm just saying, like, you never know what's gonna happen. Shout out Lyft, shout out Uber. Who's ready for our next comedian? They may just very well be in this room. Welcome. Oh my God, welcome back. Give it up for Jason, guys. He came back. We should clap more for when people come back, you know. But give it up for your next comedian, an LA School of Comedy regular. You know him, you love him. Give it up for the one only Albert Linton, everybody.
Oh, thank you so much, Sam. There you go. And thank you guys for clapping almost until I got to the stage. Really appreciate that. This is a negotiation between my bad knees and that high step. And clearly, none of you give a shit. So, it's always good to be among people who just flat out don't give a flying fuck if you live or die. You die right now, nigga. We don't care. We'll make a joke about it. Go ahead. Feel over right now. We'll write the best comedy of our lives. Did you hear the one about the nigga that died? Yeah, man. Red and blue lights on his ass and he still died. So, LA School of Comedy. I don't know what this. Are these your notes?
Oh, actually, are those yours?
These are yours?
Yeah.
No, it could be yours. It's got to be his. Okay. All right. Yeah, so those aren't my notes. I wanted to talk about pussy. So now, no, I don't. I want to talk about relationships, marriage. Any married people here tonight? Anyone married? By a show of hands? Anyone here speak English? What about that? You speak English? Good. We're the same foot. I love marriage. That's why I've had 4. My last wife, when I met her, she was raising her son. He was 12 years old. And I was in love with her, and I wanted to prove it to her by being a good dad to him. So I called him son, and he called me motherfucker. And I couldn't argue with him. He would bust into the bedroom about 10 o'clock that night, kick the door, boom, I want some pancakes! And I'd be like, well, I want some pussy. So, you get your ass out of here, go live with your daddy. Anyway, what do you do? What do you do? Marriage is so good. I've had so many marriages. I think I want to get married again, but not really. See, the thing is, to get married, I know, to get laid, you have to get married. That's pretty much it. And to get married, you got to promise to buy her a house. Now, what pussy is that good? Can someone tell me? God. I bought like 3 houses, and the shit still didn't work. So I'm like, no, not again. I hear that there are women who will pay for a man. Everything the man wants, they will pay for it. There are women who will pay men to beat the shit out of them. My only question is, why can't I find some of these women? I'll beat their ass for free. I'm just saying. All right. It's soon to refer to a song that goes back to this has been a night for like old songs. And of course when I came in, it was that one that was playing. And then soon to refer to If You See Me Walking Down the Street and I Start to Cry Each Time. That's an old song, right? So it's like, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by, just ignore the tears in my eyes. So I had to rewrite it for me because I'm old. I'm like, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry, you need to stop and ask what the fuck is wrong. Thank you. I'll try that joke again. Stop. Look. I hate homeless people. Mainly because everyone looks at me as though I'm fucking homeless. I've had homeless people walk up to me and offer me food. I'm like, nigga, can you see my nails? I think what causes homelessness is shopping carts. Have you noticed that every homeless person has a line of shopping carts? It must come together. First the shopping cart, then the homeless people. I saw one time when I was driving Uber, which was a great time a few years ago, and this woman was on the corner of Century Boulevard and 405. And she was clearly new to homelessness because her clothes were clean, her nails were clean, and I was like amazed. I was like, why are you, what are you doing? And she got really pissed off at me for asking. Ah, fuck you. I said, okay, I'll catch you in a couple of months after your asshole's been blown out. Because if you're homeless, you're gonna get raped. That's what that comes down to. Men and women. So if you ain't trying to get raped, you ain't trying to be homeless. Oh, that's the other thing I want to talk about. Porn. I love porn. I watch it every day. My wife tells me. I started watching it with my third wife because she was really into it. I think she, at one point, I actually think she was a porn star. It just, everything fits. Well, yeah, everything does fit. Everything fit in her. It seemed anyway. And you just can't get a vagina that big unless it's been used and used and used and used. And hers was that big. You could actually get a foot in that thing. Oh, hell, if you tried, you could get 2 feet in there. Hell, you could crawl back in there and be reborn. That's how big it was. How much time do I have left?
3.
Anyway. Oh. The OJ trial. Yeah, that's a segue for your ass. The OJ trial. I was married to my third wife, and I was a comic, and I was doing road work at the time, the entire time that the OJ trial was. And my wife was traveling with me. I've never seen her so scared. She was white, right? I think she thought that I was gonna kill her or something like that if OJ was found guilty. I didn't give a shit about OJ. I don't know if the nigga did it or not. I don't know. I mean, I followed the trial, but shit got so screwed up that I'm like, fuck this. I don't know what's going on. I just kind of gave up. On the day that he was declared not guilty, no, he wasn't declared not guilty. He was declared, not guilty. He wasn't found innocent. That's what it was. He was found not guilty. That's the technicality in the law. So he got off with that if he committed that crime. So I think on the day that he got off, she breathed a lot easier. Because she actually thought that I was going to sneak up and kill her. I don't give a fuck. I'm not killing anybody over anything, you know? Unless it's a chicken leg. Get out of the way, don't get between me and my food. That's all I'm saying. All right, I got, 1 minute left? 2 minutes left? 2 minutes. I've been working out a lot lately, trying to recover from surgery on my back, and I don't really have any jokes about it. Actually, I'm just using up the 2 minutes because I paid for it. I got no jokes about it. The surgery was a success though, because you know I'm up and I'm walking and I'm about, but and now I have to take dick pills because nothing happens. I'm like, the only time anything happens is, the only time my dick gets hard is at 3 a.m. in the morning. For some reason, my dick is rock hard. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm single, right? Nothing there but a pillow. I ain't fucking pillows anymore. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? These are supposed to be the golden years. Is that what they say? Oh yeah, you get older, you become a senior citizen. These are the golden years. They must be talking about golden showers. Because I ain't found shit so happening about waking up with pain in the ass, pain in the knees, pains everywhere you look, trying to take all this medication to get away from pain. So, golden showers maybe. Is that the end of the time? So, my name is Albert Linton. My real name is Albert Nathaniel Arthur Linton. I don't use it because the initials are A-N-A-L. And that's anal full of slow folks. So, I'm originally from a town called Jacksonville, Florida, which is just south of Florida and just west of the Atlantic Ocean, stuck between Green Acres and Gilligan's Island. Thank you. You can find me on Albert Linton Comedy. Find me at Albert Linton Comedy on Facebook and on Instagram, and sometimes I'm on TikTok as well. Okay, please welcome back to the stage, Samantha.
Give it up for Albert, everybody!
Albert.
Who's ready to be a senior citizen? What? You?
I gotta pee.
Oh yeah, go, yeah. Everybody
Go
feel
ahead,
free
have
to
a
go
golden
to
shower.
go to the bathroom while I'm on stage, please. Just so you don't interrupt each other's sets. Not that I love, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I love that everybody's working properly. Give it up for, what's the opposite of being incontinent? Continent? Where are we, USA? So I'm so excited to bring up this next performer. Not only are they a valuable member of our team, but I just love watching them perform. Please come to the stage, Cece Trezza!
My homie right here. Okay, can you guys help me remember these words so that I know my set? I'll put it on you guys. Just kidding. Okay, plants, camp, gynecologist, concert, and song. I think I might be able to get that. You know what? I'm on the ADHD meds. Okay, plants. First of all, I think those plants are beautiful. Suna was just calling me out on my plants, but okay, that's all that. Suna was here before, so I was going to talk to her about that, but that's all right. All right. Camp, I'm gonna be away for a few weeks, going on a sleepaway camp, not as a camper, as an actual counselor, not one of the rich Jewish camps, but those are wild, because I'm from Long Island, so I know those. And they were crazy when I was growing up. It was like $11,000, $12,000 a summer. But the tuition goes up $500 every year at this one camp, Timberlake Camp. So it's now at $22,000 a summer, which is insane. It's like a mini college. Anyone here from Long Island? Y'all get that? No? Okay. Next is the gynecologist. Okay, I said the gynecologist, just like normal, like checkup, whatever. But like I'm sitting in the chair, like you said, you know, but like in the gynecologist chair, so it's a little special, whatever. But I start just having this overflowing amount of emotions coming to me, and like I start crying as though like I'm somehow pregnant and about to like give birth or something. I think just because I'm in the gynecologist's office, it was wild. I'm not anything, you know what I mean? But it was just the space there, I guess. It just brought out these. I start crying. She's like, "Is everything okay?" I'm just like, birth is so beautiful. This concert. Okay, so I went to the Madison Beer concert last night. It was great. But we're getting up because the concert just ended, and I see this bag, this like clear bag, whatever, and everyone has like cleared out of that row, and I'm like, oh no, someone left their bag. So I like run to get the bag, and people have already walked, so then I have to like jump over the chairs, give it to this person, and they're like, oh, that's not my bag. And this other woman comes in like, oh, don't take my bag, thank you, and took it. Okay, I thought that was fucking hilarious. It was, you know, because I was in my head, I was like, I'm doing a great thing, I'm helping out here, this is awesome, like this person's gonna be so happy that I found their bag and they got it before they left, and this other person thinks I'm a thief. They were not super happy about that, and so I went up after, and I was like, just so you know, I didn't take your bag, all right? I don't need a clear bag with mascara and $10, no offense. But okay, because like you know that they're just gonna go home and talk about it at their dinner tables. I had to say something. Finally is the song. So you were talking about veganism, and I think it's funny, and I'm just gonna do a little tiny bit of my little vegan song, because I think maybe you'll like that. Maybe, if I can find it. Here we go. So this is to Am I a Man or a Muppet? This is I'm just gonna do it. I reflect on my grocery selections, and I ask myself the question, why do I buy veganless meat, cheese, and risotto? Oh, I don't know. Am I a vegan, or do I just like this food? Just like this food? If I'm a real vegan, then I'm very, very quiet about it. Am I a vegan, or do I just live in LA? Live in LA. If I'm a vegan due to location, then that's cause for consideration. And that's what I got so far. So hopefully, like, alright. I'm Treza. I have a new music video that's out. It's called Deconstruct It. You can find it on YouTube. That song's coming out. And Treza on Spotify, Trezza. Thank you so much, guys.
Everybody good? Feeling good? Having a good night? I'm having a fantastic night. I mean, I don't give you the chance to ask me back, but in case you were worried about how I'm doing, it's great. I'm so very excited to bring up this next performer. Please welcome to the stage, Chad Schoenberg, everybody!
What's up? Sam earlier mentioned the show How It's Made. And it made me remember a story from when I was in middle school, sitting on the couch. You can probably tell by looking at me. I like that show. I like how it's made. I like knowing how it's made. I'm sitting there watching that show. My little brother, his guitar teacher comes in, and he sees me watching this show, and he's like, "You're not watching this shit, are you?" He's like, they're like explaining how to make fucking screws or like on pencils. And I'm like, no, I wasn't paying attention, you know, because I was embarrassed. But if that happened today, I'd say, you know, if you watch this show, maybe you wouldn't be a guitar teacher. Maybe you'd know a little. I don't know. Maybe you know a little more. But I wonder how guitars are made. Anyway, I've never done this before. Thank you. I've always liked to make people laugh, and it was very easy back in middle school. It's hard to make people laugh, but especially with middle schoolers, it's really easy to get a reaction out of them Not like a funny reaction, but like disgust. All you had to do was walk up to a group of middle schoolers and just say moist. Just that was my favorite word back then. I got so much use out of that word, moist. And you got to be careful. I mean, I wouldn't do this today. But in elementary school, there were other ways. There were other ways to get people. Like, I mean, kids love gross stuff. They just love to be grossed out. Kids are looking for ways to be grossed out. And I need to put the mic. This requires two hands. There's this trick. Some of you might know this. Back in the day, you'd get two people. You'd take your hands like this. One of you would put it in like this, and the other person would put it in like this, and you'd slot them together. And you open it, and I mean, I don't want to be vulgar, but you open it, and it will look a little like a vagina. That was what was cool about it. Because in elementary school, you're like, oh shit, vagina, you know? And what you do is you'd go up to people, and you'd show that to them for the first time, and then they open it, and go, oh! They'd get so freaked. That's like if I showed them my vagina. Like, it's really, they get freaked out, you know? I mean, used to be all this disgusting stuff as a kid. Like, I had free reign on the computer. My parents, they might watch this later. They let me watch whatever I want. I had my computer right next to my dad's, you know? One time I'm sitting on the computer. My dad looks over, he's like, what the fuck are you watching? What are you watching? I tell him, oh, and I'm like, I don't know, 10, you know? I'd say, this is an autopsy. This is called an autopsy. And it's like, you think, oh, he'd shut it off, he'd get mad at me. He just goes, turns his head, goes right back to World of Warcraft. Like, you know? And that was on YouTube. You could just watch, I don't know what it's like now, but you could watch anything you wanted on YouTube. And I remember I'd find some other stuff on the TV that was a little, you know, some shows on the television, they didn't look like this, you know. They looked a little more realistic on the TV. My brother, you know, a couple days ago, someone said they were a utilitarian. They describe themselves as utilitarian. My brother, he describes himself as a vacuumist. And what he means by that is, when it comes to any kind of social issue, any kind of issue, he doesn't think about the context. He's a vacuumist. He cares about he doesn't believe in context and any kind of detail. He just answers an idea directly. No regard for consequences, no regard for anything. I'm the opposite. I watch how it's made. I care about the details. I care about the context. But I think that's all I got for tonight. That's my first time. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Chad, everybody! It is not every night you see a debut like that. That was fantastic. Can we keep it going, seriously? LA School of Comedy, this is where it happens. That was fantastic. I love your girls. And who's ready for the next comedian? Let's keep the love going for Chris Wheeler! Oh my God, everybody's position. Who's sitting like that? Okay. We got it.
How's it going, everybody?
All right.
It's Friday night at the LA Comedy School. Can you make some noise? I like to try and be helpful to the people, especially the comics and the people here. So I'd like to give you some medical advice today, okay? I'm not a doctor. I didn't play a doctor on television. I didn't play a doctor on the radio. But I did play doctor and nurse with my ex-girlfriend. If you have constipation, I have a way of solving it right away. Go to Bristol Farms and get beet, carrot, and orange juice mixed up. And then you wait about 2 hours, and then all hell breaks loose. Who was the guy that talked about the 2-ply or the 3-ply toilet paper? Was that you? You were there? Yeah, you're gonna need 3-ply. Don't get the 1-ply from In-N-Out Burger. Another secret I'm gonna tell you tonight about, I do like going to In-N-Out Burger. I am an In-N-Out aficionado, and he was talking about that. There's some secret, there's obviously a secret menu, you guys know about that. But if you walk into In-N-Out and you order fries, do you know what happens? Anyone tell me what's gonna happen? No? You walk right out. They give you the fries, you walk out the door, you don't wait. It's a secret thing about In-N-Out. Now, some of you may know I'm English, and so when I go out and do comedy, I like to kind of promote English culture. We're known for 4 things. Bad food, bad teeth, great music, And we have the international man of mystery, Austin Powers. Put it together with Austin Powers, for God's sakes. So we're gonna do a menu tonight. And if you like the food, you can cheer. If you don't like the food, just scream bloody awful. Can we get a bloody awful from you guys?
Bloody awful.
Yeah, that's one of the best bloody awfuls I've had all week. Okay, we'll start with English breakfast consisting of bacon, eggs, and fried toast.
Bloody awful.
Wow. Okay, let's try again. Shepherd's pie with Worcestershire sauce.
Fucking great.
All right, fantastic. This isn't my favorite. Spotted dick covered in a thick white substance called vanilla ice cream, produced by two gentlemen called Ben and Jerry's. Anybody? Got a laugh over here. Very good. Bangers and mash.
Hell yeah.
If you add mustard on it, it's really good, by the way. And this one should be on here, but it's not. Banger and take her to the International House of Pancakes. That's about all I can afford these days. You guys having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Well, the bad news is the girlfriend's gone, so I'm home alone. I'm actually trying to date a little bit. My girlfriend's gone. She's gone to what's called greener pastures. She's taking care of her mother in Idaho. The only problem is the sister called me this week to tell me the mom's been dead for a year. And my girlfriend has gone to Bangkok, and I said, well, who's the fucking lucky guy? And she said, no, you idiot, Bangkok, Thailand. Now, when I was with this girl, her name was Emily, people asked me, why are you with Emily? Emily had no future. Emily had no money. Emily had no hobbies. Emily had gas, but not gas for a car, if you know what I mean. She had nothing. And people go, why? There's no reason to continue with her. And I said to her, I look straight at these people and I tell them straight away, she has the most incredible puss you've ever seen in the universe. We brought in the federal authorities. They looked, they couldn't believe the quality of the puss. The guy said it's a AAA puss. We've never seen anything like this. We've gone back to Egyptian times to find a puss that good, and we couldn't find one. You are a lucky man. And now she's taken off to Idaho. So that's the luck I have, the luck of the draw. Yeah, my first job in America, let's see what we do next. My first job in America was working actually an encyclopedia salesman, and I worked there for 6 months in the cold of Minnesota. Anyone from Minnesota? Anyone from the Midwest? Anyone from England? Oh, this is hard tonight. So I went out in the, I'm an English guy. We don't know shit about anything. We come over from England, we think we rule the world. We don't rule anything. The kingdom's gone, Queen's dead, and all that kind of stuff. And I put on this little jacket and went out in -40 wind chill to go and sell encyclopedias, because people still like encyclopedias in their house. I sold in 6 months 0 encyclopedias. I was on commission, so I made no money. The only highlight in the 6 months was some lady invited me in for some tea, and she was wearing a negligee. And I turned her down. I said, no, I've got my job, I can't do that. So that was the thing. So I moved into a company called, anyone heard of it? Burger King? Home of the Whopper. He's happy. Home of the Whopper. They brought me in as an English recruit, put me straight in the drive-thru. The only problem, nobody can understand anything I said. All the orders were all fucked up, and so the manager put me back to junior Whopper duty. And I still today make the greatest junior Whopper. Unbelievable junior Whopper. That's not this, by the way. It's just junior Whopper. Okay, my manager's name was Richard Johnson. Anyone know the nickname for Richard? Dick. Yeah, that's right. Dick was very hard on me. Dick was soft on the female employees. Probably Dick should have probably worked at In-N-Out and not Burger King. One day, I'm coming into work, ready to make my junior Whopper, happy to make my junior Whopper, encouraged to make my junior Whopper, and Dick made me come in the back door. And really, and when I would go to work, it was really hard to get a hold of Dick. I couldn't get a hold of Dick when I was outside work. At work, he's always around me. And one day, Dick came around the corner as I was making my junior Whopper ready with extra cheese, tilt the meat, and I toasted the buns. And he came around the corner and Dick exploded on me. The poor guy that had to eat that sandwich, it went from extra mayo to extra mayo. The poor guy had to eat that thing, and I took about 4,500 showers after that. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about the royal family. Anyone interested in the royal family?
Oh yeah.
Come on. All right. I got a quick story about the royal family. When I grew up in England, I was in a place called Windsor. Anyone heard of it?
Yeah.
Good. Right next to Windsor Castle. The Queen one day just showed up at the school. If you go to my Instagram, you can actually see the picture of this queen arriving at the school. And there were 11 tables set up, and the queen walks around. She just goes from table to table. I'm table number 10, if you're interested. And I sat there, and they said to you before she comes in, do not look at the queen. Unless she addresses you, you cannot look at her or talk to her. So you just sit at the table, and the queen came around, but she didn't come to my table. But I took a look at her ass, and it was pretty damn nice. And I also noticed all the other guys were checking her ass out. Even this old lady had a nice ass, so just let you know. So my family has a connection with the royal family. It's just a very small connection, but it's Princess Anne. Anyone heard of her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she knows Princess Anne, so I get some scoop. So the big news right now is the royal family is about to collapse. Meghan and Harry, anyone know those two?
Yes.
Yeah, there's big trouble there. Apparently, Harry is under the spell of Meghan's blowjobs. Apparently, they're unbelievable blowjobs, and that's kept the marriage together. But one day, she'll probably go down, and there'll be a problem, and there'll be a divorce. So the divorce settlement is already put out, and I guess Meghan's gonna make a lot of money. Any questions from anyone here? Any questions? This is your one option. One time you can actually get someone to ask a question about the royal family. You have any interest in it? No? Okay, fuck you. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Last week I did a French character. Did anyone remember that? Was anyone here for that? Mm-hmm. Someone did. So we're going to bring the French character back. Now this is the way we're going to work it today. This is a guy, a French guy. He's going to come in here and and you can ask him questions if you want. It's not, 2 minutes? Okay, I got a 2 minutes left. So I'll do this character. So I'm going to, please welcome to the stage, Jean-Francois from Paris. Jean-Francois, you're here at LA Comedy School. Welcome. What brings you here? Hello, I'm Jean-François, I am from Paris. I come here Air France vol numéro 250. I watch LA Comedy School in Paris in a jacuzzi naked with champagne. What? You are telling me this show is being transmitted into France and you're in France in a jacuzzi with champagne naked? Yes, that is correct. I am French Jean-François. It's an honor to be here. I'm happy. People are nice. Samantha is very, very pretty. I am not Bruce Jenner. I'm very, very sexy. And people ask me if American women easy, and I say no, American women are not easy. They are not easy. They are very, very easy. Put it together for Jean-François. Before I get off stage in a second, I'm going to do a quick poll with you guys, and I go out and do comedy. People tell me I look like Bruce Jenner. Does anyone see it? A little bit? Okay, so we're going to do a round of applause. Two things I get told. I get told I look like Christopher Reeve in a wheelchair and Bruce Jenner. So let's go with Bruce Jenner. Applause if I look like Bruce Jenner. Wow! Son of a bitch! Okay, applause if I look like Christopher Reeve in a wheelchair. There's a little bit here. Well, my name's Chris Wheeler. My Instagram is Chris Wheeler Voice. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. Put it together for Samantha. See you next week.
Give it up for Chris Wheeler, everybody! And Christopher Reeves. Caitlin, I don't know what you're up to. I don't know what she's up to, but I'm so excited to see okay. Bring up this next comedian is what I'm about to do. Welcome to the stage, Colin Asley!
All right. Hi, I have to fix this so badly. I get like in my head about that. Which is weird because like I have like 12,000 unread emails. I don't give a shit about the notifications on that for some reason. So I met this woman recently, and I asked her out and everything, and I got her phone number. I'm trying to set up the date, and I eat a lot of meat, you know. So I'm not sure what to text her though. I'm worried I'm gonna screw up setting up the date. I'm gonna say something stupid and she's not gonna want to go out. So I text one of my girlfriends. Or like female friends, or I still don't know how to say it. I still don't know. I feel like, you know, if I say female, I feel like an incel. But I text her. I'm like, well, how should I phrase this? Like setting up the date. And she's like, listen, a girl wants a dominant, assertive guy. So say this, this, and this. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Do whatever you say to not sound like myself. So I use a lot of dating apps. I'm on several dating apps. Are we on dating apps? A little bit. Okay, that was tepid. I'm like several dating apps. There's Tinder now makes it you can pay for read receipts. You can pay for read receipts. Do we know what read receipts are? It lets you know if someone's read your message, right? Which is a crazy way that we've monetized finding out you've been rejected. You know what I mean? Like if it's you're left on read, why pay for that? Why pay to find out you've been given up on? It's a weird concept. So my brother, as a true story, my brother used to he made a Grindr account when I was in college. He's not gay, by the way. Grindr is an app for gay men. And my brother made an account and started talking with these guys and then gave them my phone number.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm in college and I'm getting hard 7-inch, 8-inch cocks blasted to my phone. And it's like a little preview on my phone. Like, my phone, you give a little preview of the little 16:9 cock on while I'm trying to study. And I click it because I gotta know what I'm worth. What did I get? But like it's a weird. I still haven't figured out how to get back to him for that. I don't know why I oscillate a lot between very safe sex and then egregiously unsafe sex in my life. Did we ever do this? Like sometimes I'm the safest, double wrap, triple wrap. I know you're not supposed to double wrap. I know you're not supposed to. I know, but I put a third one on. So if the first two break, then I got the third one. Odd numbers of condoms are safe. What I've learned. And no, but it's like I've got a doctor watching, and I've got a whole. That's how safe I am sometimes. Other times, the sex that I have is so unsafe, I think I started a new coronavirus. You should all be wearing a mask in 2 weeks. That's how unsafe that sex was. That's what we started. Okay. Sometimes I do this on dating apps where I'll look at old matches. And because I have all these people I matched with months ago and I don't talk to anymore. We never went on a date, we never saw each other, and they're just in there on my phone. And sometimes I get bored on a Friday, Saturday night, and I go back and just look at the old matches, and I think about messaging them again. It's kind of like when you're home and you don't have any food in the fridge, but you keep looking back in to see if you have food. So then you walk over, you check, you're like, that's too old. Then you come back, you're like, I'm not in the mood for Italian. And you go back again, you're like, I'll just order Chinese. Okay. All right.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's funny, you see different, I see this on Hinge. You can set what you're looking for in a relationship. Looking for monogamy, you're looking for a long-term relationship, short-term relationship. I see a lot of people put figuring out my dating goals, which I feel like if you're on a dating app, you should have already figured that out. Right? Like if you're on that's like if you ordered pizza. And then you order pizza and then you get on and they're like, Domino's, what would you like? I'm like, I'm still figuring that out. I'm not quite sure. That's like if you were in a job interview and they're like, what position do you want? I'm still figuring that part out. I'm like, okay. All right, gotta try it out.
Still figuring it out.
I'm still figuring. Son of a bitch! Get your ass up here! Would that be funny if that's how an arena style stand up, where if someone heckles a better joke, they get to be up, and then they keep telling jokes till someone else does. All right, yeah, we're gonna tag team. Okay. It's weird. Sometimes I'll match with someone on a dating app, and then I'll see them again on a different dating app, and they're a totally different person. Like on the first app, it's like, Selena, I thought you liked to read books and, you know, watch the sunset. Over here you go to raves and skydive. I thought I knew you. What did I say? I saw this on Bumble, one of the other dating apps. You can pay $200 to have unlimited access to the app forever. Right? Because usually you pay like a monthly subscription. You can pay $200, you have the whole app forever. Which is sad that if your app believes that little in you, you need to pay $200, which is why I bought it twice. Just in case. Just in case. No, I don't. Sorry. Where is all that new stuff I wrote? Sorry. Nope. So this is, I might give you guys an impression real quick. This is an impression of a food scientist. It's like a food scientist who also loves football. And he's trying to like make a new color for a type of food he's working on. He's looking for a dye that's the right color. And he's working on it. Okay. Could you pass me the blue 42? It's dumb, but you liked it. Dumb, but you liked it. Tells me you guys eat meat. That's it. Can we as a society stop saying bless you when someone sneezes? Can we stop doing that now? Clap if you say bless you when someone sneezes. Okay, cool. Clap if you believe in God. Why do you say bless you? Why do you say God bless you? Let's see. Anything above 3 sneezes, I stop saying bless you. If you sneeze 3 times in a row, that's the limit you're getting from me. Not getting any more support, all right? That's like, I'm like a reluctant parent on Halloween when you see a kid that's come by too many times trying to get more Snickers. Like, I'm like, nah, you're done, kid. 3 bless yous, you're out. You ever notice that as you sneeze more, people say bless you louder? For whatever reason, they have to go like, achoo, bless you, achoo, bless you. Like it somehow increases, like that's gonna slow it down. Like that's gonna suppress it.
An exorcism.
Wait, what?
Like an exorcism.
Like an exorcism. Dude, get your ass up here. You're such a funny son of a bitch. Get your ass up here. God damn. Holy shit. Alright, we're writing partners now. Have you already gone up?
No.
Oh, fuck, I'm so excited. Oh, after this. Dude, you already got 2 solid jokes in. You're good. You're good. Do you ever meet someone who's like too proud after they said bless you to you?
Yeah.
Like they think they just saved your ass. Like they're the kind of person that like will open their car door to say bless you and like, oh, bless you. You okay? We got a third one. I'm just kidding. What was I gonna say? You know, there's like this cute saying that like a janitor who works at NASA might say like, I helped put a man on the moon. We heard that like idea before, which to me like it sounds like it would just be the most arrogant person at a dinner party. Yeah, I helped put a man on the moon. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, my trash picking skills, that really helped out. Yeah, you remember the Challenger? I wasn't on that job. Just saying. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you very much. Wonderful Sam.
Give it up for Colin, everybody! Sadly, what is it, Funky Friday? This Funky Friday is reaching its end, but not without a few words from the newest member of our team, Jackie. Everybody wants to know. You're going to come up here.
Yay, Jackie!
Jackie, everybody!
Ducky!
Okay. So this is my first time doing stand-up comedy. And I want to just introduce myself. I don't have lots of friends because not because I'm introverted. I used to think so, but it's not the reason. The reason is I'm a really bad friend. For example, in college, a professor just told my roommate, like, if you revise your essay a bit, your grade will be jump from A- to A. And my roommate, she is just so noble. She doesn't care about grade. But I was very obsessed with grade. I was Asian. I always want straight A in area of my I remember my subject. So I just told her, you should get this A. And she literally say me every day, every hours, every second. So every time she wake up, I told her, you should get this A. And she's just so mad at me, and she just refused to do it even more. And again, she just like after a year, we are still friends. I'm so surprised of her about that. And she told me that should I dump my boyfriend? Because she said he's so careless, so dumb. He's like he just broke my heart, and he kept saying you're so responsible if you dump me. It's like a peacock artist, you know. And I was thinking, yeah, you should dump him. And she did what I told her, but then after a month, she got back with him again. So I start to reflect on myself, what I did wrong. And until I just when I was like review some Russian exams, and my just phone pop up that Putin invaded Ukraine, and I know the answer then. I actually understand Putin. I really can understand him because he really has many good friends, you know. Like this is a very big decision, so he must ask many of his friends, like, should I invade Ukraine? Really, should I do that? And I told them, yeah, do it. Russia is so powerful country. You should do it. You should like get the land like you want, and this is really belong to you. You know, like you should do this. And you know, I'm so glad that I'm not Putin's friend. Otherwise, I won't be here today. And I was like, so, but though I know the answer, I still couldn't like be a good friend. I'm so sad that I failed again. That's the time when my friend, who is a lawyer, told me I'm the only guy in this legal office, and he's really sad about this. So I studied philosophy in college, so I really like to persuade people using codes. So here's my code. That is. So, according to a scholar, when the industry is going downhill, men have more opportunities and incentives to run and take over the industry that are more promising. And I realized that I said something that will hurt him again. And that's so bad. I keep apologizing. No, I don't mean to that. Law is great. Law is so great. Like, make good. So I don't care. You shouldn't like be upset. And he said, no worries. If like many of my friends just stopped saying something true to me, then I don't have honest friend anymore. And I said, over time, you will become Putin. And the second thing I want to share to you guys is I'm yellow race, and many people they are unsatisfied with my skin because they think I should turn whiter in China. Of course, they don't know they are racist, but they are. And they just eager to be white unless they give themselves up, which is me. I give myself up. They dress up like Muslims, even if they are atheist. In the places like LA, like every day, I don't know what they think, and they are doing like facial masks of anything like that, and until the time they come to America, and they start to realize that there are lots of more whiter people than me, and that's so sad. You know, I'm really eager to be white, but I can't. Like, there are majority of people, they are white, you know, and they got this privilege because of their skin. They're so mad of this, and and I said, oh, this is your karma. And the third thing, I think, is I can't bear with Asia anymore, so I started to date some white guys. And there's a white guy I dated, but he's really like an Asian because he's shorter than me. And he never drink alcohol. He never drink coffee. He only drink water and juice. He loves everything sweet. And there's time that he crashed his car on the way to see me. And like, I really try to be a feminist, but I'm not. And I'm really patriarchal. I think, you're a man, you should be good at driving, and you're so bad at it. And you are the most Asianist people I've ever seen. So I just stopped dating with him. And there's another reason I do that. It is that, like, you know, Chinese people, they are mostly atheist, but sometimes they just think if his car crashed on the way he meets me, it's because a nature god tell me that I shouldn't date with this person. Yeah, that's all.
Jackie's helping with social media. Jackie's doing everything. I don't know what I'm gonna do when she leaves us. What a downer. No, I didn't mean, this has been a fabulous night. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you for staying. Thank you for watching. Thank you for performing. People at home, we love you. And good night. See you.